other games that you've played, you know how you have like these hidden achievements. And like, since quote everyone likes under X minutes, well, let's just say that this season is really easy to do GR 150, then there might be a hidden achievement, you know, finish or clear a GR 150 under 5 minutes solo or whatever, something like LOD clear a GR 120 LOD in under 3 minutes, like something relevant to how we've always been talking about time. So even these two, like I mentioned earlier, reach GR level 15 solo with the full bonuses of two of the following class sets. They can just easily add saying in under 3 minutes. In under 3 minutes with three sets. I mean, it's level 15 in under 3 minutes. Doesn't sound difficult already, but at least put in terms of time so that people get it. That now this game is all about time attack and that it is actually relevant because a lot of people treat this like based on efficiency. They think everything is like a time attack, you know, like efficiency is efficiency. But the way that people phrase certain things, it's like a regular rift is like a time attack. So why don't, for example, right? Let's just say the vault closes. Like as soon as you pick up as soon as you click the chest, the final chest from Greed, the vault closes in 60 seconds, right? So if we treat that like a time attack, which means that your regular rift should close in 60 seconds. Once you start killing your first elite pack, for example, for example, once you kill your first elite pack, the rift should close in 2 minutes or something. Because since the speed demon conquest is 2 minutes, or let's just say, um, well, I don't know how they would restrict it, but let's just say once you hit Paragon 800, you know, like something changes. So like people enjoy time attack. Well, let's just have a mode, have a different mode. Like once you hit Paragon 800, your a different regular rift mode is like finish this regular rift in under 60 seconds to get three additional keys. You know, just something like that, right? That makes that makes a challenge for people who like time attack. So, and if they get extra keys as something as an incentive, then they'll do it. And then yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm creative. I'm nowhere near that. But what I'm saying is, like, they got to have something that's worthy of an actual, like, time attack based. But that would be so interesting, right? Yeah, so let me rephrase that, right? An extra rift, an extra regular rift mode with Paragon 800 unlocked and give three extra keys for completing it under 2 minutes. Something like that, or whatever. So, I don't know, like, just something, right? So, Yes, yes. So welcome. Uh, what class are you currently playing? So like thematically though, it's just like, oh, a demon hunter. Ah, so that's why you dropped in, because I'm playing one. Which build are you currently playing? Are you doing the Marauder one, or are you playing what I'm playing? Okay, I do have the Marauder set. I just don't play that as much. Intelligence ancient, really? Uh, D2R came out with the Blaze, the Blaze playstyle. The Blaze playstyle makes me laugh because I I don't mind the Blaze playstyle because yeah, the Blaze playstyle is fun, right? For me, because I love playing around with with the monsters, right? I love playing around with my monsters. I don't like to kill them as I see them. So I would literally like pull them into the fire. But people like to, cast things offensively. And Blaze is not necessarily offensive. Blaze is like drag and pull to kill, you know, guiding to kill. So it's kind of like building a herd. Is like herding before killing, so to speak. So it's interesting that some people are like going against their um their play style. Well, no, I'm not talking about to deal damage. I'm talking about the play style. I'm not talking about how it deals damage. I'm talking about people and their playstyle in general. They like to directly have their mouse aiming at a monster that they intend to kill. Just like how just like some people, okay, when they play a bow and arrow in Diablo 2, okay, they like to have their mouse aiming at the monster directly over to the monster. It's like it's kind of like name locking but not name locking, you know? Where you can actually just hold shift and just aim at where they're moving towards or where they are positioned. So kind of like when you do Fireball and Dario, there's a spot or like uh, I'm sure you know the method, right? Where you don't have to engage Endario at all. As long as there's nothing blocking in the line of sight, you can kill Endario from where the hanging corpse is, like at the door. If you stand in a parallel line, kind of like a race, like the starting of a race where before the before yeah at a certain range. So you know how you stand at the side by side at the door, the front door of the hanging corpse side by side in parallel stance in a straight parallel line, like when people are running a race, right? A track and field race, or like when you compete with a friend, you know how you have a invisible line, not the pillar. You just have to stand at the hanging corpse. You can stand from the hanging corpse. You can stand around where the hanging corpse is. So for example, this is the hanging corpse. Let's just say this is the hanging corpse. And Dario is over here where my mouse is, right? And Dario is where the fire is, where this flame is in terms of the map, in terms of the distance, right? And the hanging corpse at the door is over here. The main front door is over here. There's a hanging corpse like right here. The first hanging corpse as you enter the room. As you enter Andario room, you can stand right here in line. Like imagine if there's a line Yeah, I know you don't have to purposely do this, but you can, okay? You can. And what I was trying to get at is people don't understand to use shift for a bow and arrow. People like to play with their mouse targeting the monster. So, in fact, you can okay, so you can fireball like this. Imagine if the right here where the flame where the leaf is on your seasonal on the seasonal leaf. Let's say the seasonal leaf is where Andariel is standing. No, you don't have to see the life drop. You just have to wait for the death shaking, right? The death shake. You just have to wait for the death shake. So you keep casting. So I'm casting like this. So imagine my hungering arrow is fireball. Imagine my hungering arrow is fireball right now. And that it actually reaches the leaf in the corner of my thing. That's all you need to do. You can stand in this parallel line. There's an invisible line where this hanging corpse is, right? You just stand in parallel. So it's a straight line in terms of in game. There's a line, a track and field race line, or a starting line, right? A starting line of a race. Just imagine that. You can stand in parallel to the hanging corpse at the door. You cast your fireballs in hoping that there's no fallen that keeps blocking your way, right? So there might be sometimes there's a shaman like in the corner here. There's a shaman, right? If that shaman keeps reviving a stupid fallen that's in line of sight, then it sucks. But let's say there's nothing in between you and Endario. You can just stand there and spam fireballs until there's a death shake, or that you know how many shots it takes you to kill Endario. Then you can just kill Endario this way. So people don't even use this method when they know they can, or that they don't use the shift. They don't use force standstill like they would coming from Diablo 3 backwards, theorizing to Diablo 2, right? They don't they don't know about, or that they are a first person shooter gamer, okay? Let's say they are a first person shooter gamer. Um the more realistic games, it's called leading shots, right? So in the force standstill way, you can play force standstill to lead the shot based on where the monster is going. Just like how I'm aiming this. So let's say something is moving. I'm going to be aiming like that. I'm going to be aiming where they might end up. I'm not going to put my mouse on the monster like on let's say Shen. Let's say Shen is the monster. I'm not going to just put my mouse and left click him like I do hack and slash. It's not like I'm playing frenzy. I'm not trying to lock him. I'm not playing charge strike. I'm not like in their face, hack and slashing their face that I need to put my mouse on top of them. Or I'm not taking advantage of the wave of light necessarily for the direct hit. I'm using the fire rune. I'm using the area effect of it to deal the damage until there's three or less monsters. Then yes. So the Rift Guardian way is to put your mouse over them, right? To also see their health bar. But it's not always that case. So, based on a first person shooter perspective, leading shots, right? So you play a bow and arrow like a leading shot style. You 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 follow their pathing. You don't have to like click on their name from afar. So the Endario is the same. The Endario method, standing in parallel with the hanging corpse. You can kill Endario like that. Me shooting towards the seasonal leaf in the top corner. So let's say the seasonal leaf is where Endario is, right? Again, I'm repeating myself. You can literally just stand there like this, casting fireballs at her. And then as soon as you feel the room shake, that's when she dies. So you don't even have to engage her at all. As long as there's nothing in the way, obviously. If a fallen is immune to fire, right? So if your mercenary is like annoying and starts pulling, then obviously your mercenary will pull Endario. But if there's nothing in between that's getting in the way, you can literally just farm Endario like this without engaging her at all. And it is a strategy. Just that people don't they don't even they play max range in PvP, okay? So what does this mean? What does this mean, right? Yeah, you probably know about it as well. But what does this mean? What why does this matter? Why does the non-engage? Yeah. So why does this matter? Well, this is talking about max range. Well, guess what? In PvP, sometimes you max range stuff, right? Sometimes you max range stuff or you want to name lock them. And when you name lock them, it's some sort of max ranging. So so this Endario fireball method is basically max ranging, just like you would in PvP most of the time. If you're not tele stomping, if you're not PvP tele stomping somebody, your casting of some spells or name locking would be inevitably like max ranging your skill in such a way that you your skill hits them at max range of wherever it goes. So knowing that, you're actually just playing upon the max range of the fireball against Endario without triggering her. You know, it's just like people don't make use of they don't make use of this non-engaging thing like they do so much for the moat trick, right? People do so much of the Mephisto stuff, they don't even do the Endario stuff. And this is one of several Andario stuff. This is just one of them. I mean, there might be another one, right? The other one is when the other one was actually funny because there is another one. The other one is so if you play like a pet build or a or a trap assassin, right? You can pull Endario to sense you. So so when a boss or when a monster senses you, right? You can lock her at the corner behind the door, and you are on the other side of the room, and she'll just stay there while you cast your traps like across the door, and your traps are just hitting her like this, diagonally into the corner. So let's say Kadala and I between Kadala and I is the wall. You could place your traps like right there where my mouse where the word this is to hit her in the other room. But of course, at some point, she's going to start moving, and then she knows that you're on the other side, and then she sneaks up on you, um, and sees you, and then she casts a poison skill at you, right? And so on. But you could actually manipulate for like about 10 to 20 seconds at a time that she's just in the corner on the other side of the wall, of the door, and then you place your traps in such a way that it hits her. So you can do this strat also, but it's not as definitive as the fireball non-engaged strat. But this is the other. It's a engaged strat, engaged line of sight strat, where you just use the manipulate the detection. So there is that trick as well. So there are all these kinds of tricks and more. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna go drink water again. Be right back.